2-1, rip to left center field. That one is gonna go. See you later.
In the left field. This one is going all the way. It is over and out.
Frommer at third. He'll tag the base. The fire over to first. It's a double play.
Liner into left field. Long run for Noah D'Angelo. And he won't get there. It's down for a base hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever live episode of Hawks Talk in the Nest, presented by Judson Hearts and Media. Today, we're going to be ranking baseball movies, and this is where friendships will be tested. I am joined by some very special guests as well. Joined by, first off, the director of broadcasting back up from AAA to the big leagues this week, Brendan Bolin. Welcome back to the show.
I'm glad to get promoted and, finally get to rank something I'm pretty passionate about. Apparently you say you're more passionate, but I pretty much watch every single movie, so I know more ball than you. So let's go.
I was like already going off with the shots early. I love it. As well as we are joined by the assistant director of broadcasting for the first time. Welcome to the show, Gracie Pearson. Welcome in.
Hi. Excited to be here today, making my debut. I really only have one strong opinion, but I'm excited to see you guys go at it.
It's going to be a big episode here this evening. And finally joined by the sideline reporter, Miss Tatum Fox. Welcome in.
Happy to be here. Hoping to not get canceled, not to lose any friends. Fingers are crossed tonight. Not feeling good, for being honest. We might cause problems.
I think this is already going to be one of those problematic episodes. So Tatum, you're probably right. But for the first time ever, this episode is being done live on Instagram, and it'll be out in other forms as well, regular podcast form, and also on our YouTube channel. But we do encourage live participation as well throughout the show. So let's get this started. Really quick, I'll take over for the first couple, and then we'll pass the torch along. So we're going to start things off at number 10 was The Rookie, and it had 13 overall points. Brendan, I'll let you give your thoughts first.
This is the most Disney storyline movie to exist. There's doubt, there's opportunity, and there's redemption. It's every single Disney movie to exist, and I just didn't really appreciate this one. Casting was okay, but I just felt like it was a basic Disney movie structure, and it just not good, and just kind of knew it was coming.
Like, Gracie, your thoughts. Let's go round table.
Oh, honestly, I've only watched this movie in background, have it on as background noise, but to Brenna's point about the Disney movie thing, if you've ever seen the cover for the movie, the cover of the DVD, it is giving old early 2000s Disney. So I don't honestly, where did I put it? I think 9 or 10. Yeah, it didn't stick out to me,
And Tatum, you ranked this movie 7th on your list. Your thoughts about it being last?
Just mid. It's 7 because it doesn't really do anything. Going off the Disney thing, it's kind of like if you put the prompt into chat and told them to write a baseball movie. I think that this is something that you could get. That's where I'm at.
Absolutely. And I honestly, in my opinion with this movie, it's not if it's on this list, it's obviously a memorable movie, but it's not the greatest baseball movie of all time. It does hit the same, with me with Rookie of the Year. Also, being a Cubs fan, it's just kind of one of those, as Disney theme that we're hitting on that you can basically put it. So number 10, it did not hit over well with our group here, but this one hurts. Okay. We previewed this a little bit before this show actually started. Number 9 with updated rankings is For the Love of the Game with 21 points overall as a group. And this one hurts because this was my number one. So, all right, I'm just going to sit back and let it happen.
This one is it's like a Hallmark movie, but baseball themed. Like, let's be real here. It's more romance than it is baseball. It goes so back and forth. The plot's awful. I appreciate the Vince Scully commentary in there. I think that really brings it up. Kevin Costner's in there. Kevin Costner's in like three of the movies that we're previewing here. But let's be real. It's like if it's a Hallmark movie on steroids and it had a baseball storyline in it. It's so back and forth the plot. It's just not a good movie. And I don't know what you see in it to make it number one. But I think you got to retire from ranking baseball movies after this one, buddy. I'm sorry. It's just I don't know what you see in it.
That was really brutal. It's only 10 because I'd never heard of it and haven't seen it. And I don't know if that's worse or better, but I have nothing to add. So at least I'm not dissing you. But I don't even know what this one is.
I was gonna say, was I supposed to go? Sorry.
Just jump in. That's how we're going to get through this.
I think I put it 5 just because it really does give Hallmark. And like I love a good like sappy Hallmark movie. I don't hate it. It's middle of the pack. It's just like it's mid. There's worse baseball movies for sure. It's just yeah.
I'll tell you right now, CJ, there's one person I think is watching this live stream right now that also put it at number 10, and it'd be our very own team president, Mr. Noah Crane, who put it at number 10. Greg said he's not seen it whatsoever, so there's two more punches thrown your way right there, buddy. Don't know what to tell you.
This movie for me is my favorite movie of all time. One baseball movie of all time. Okay, it's not the greatest movie of all time. Let's just say that right there. But the reason why this one is so high on my list is because when I was learning how to be a successful pitcher, I struggled with a lot of the crowd noise that you would hear when you pitched. And one of the lines in that movie is clear the mechanism, and Kevin Costner locks in, gets everything going, and he dominates on the mound. But also while he's going through this amazing game in his late career, he thinks about how he screwed up with the love of his life, and then he goes back to trying to do it and try to make things better, and then he throws a perfect game. Sorry if you haven't seen this movie. And then he just does amazing things with his lifelong friend slash catcher, and they have a great moment, and then he gets the love of his life back in the airport. It's like, I mean, yes, it is a Hallmark story. Brennan yapping over there. It is a Hallmark story, but it connects things that you can learn if you are a baseball player and a fan. And also it gets the love story behind it, because I mean, really, if you find your true love, is there anything else that you really are worried about? Knowing that somebody makes you happy, wouldn't you want to try to go for it? We all want that moment. We've seen the movies.
I want everything but to watch that movie again. That's what I want, CJ.
All right. Well, that'll conclude this episode of In the Nest. I'm CJ Boone, Brennan Bolin, Tatum Fox, Grace Pearson, Matt Wright. That'll do it. Yep. All right. Me and Brennan are gonna have words after this is over with. Go moving on, since I'm clearly out of my element here with baseball movies. Number 8 with 30 points overall is The Natural. Anybody can start us off.
Wow. Because I just got a text from Noah saying that you might have to be let go.
Well, it's been a good run. It's been a good run. Matt, thank you for the opportunity. Brendan, appreciate it all. I know.
I don't know if I was supposed to share that or not, but he's obviously kidding, of course. But Natural, it's mythology that should not be in a baseball movie. I think baseball movies should be realistic in a sense, but I just don't appreciate the lightning bolt bat. There's like stadium lights exploding. It's like if Spider-Man, like a superhero movie, was put in a baseball movie. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. This one was one of the ones, I think it's my 10. I've never seen it, but I know what it's about. And I just like all those movies that are like coming back from like a sorry spoilers. Isn't this one where he like has like that like injury and he like comes back from it or whatever? Anybody know if anybody's seen it? I don't know. I just feel like those kind of movies don't really like hit. I don't know. And it's also really old, if I remember. It's maybe it was made in like the 80s or something. So I think it's number 10 on my list.
I had it at 5, not because I like it, but just because there's more that I don't like that needed to go under it. It didn't, it's just, yeah, old, doesn't really do a lot for me. I don't know any of the actors. I like when I like the actors in the movies I'm watching. I don't know any of them. I think it was just before my time. I think I'm not the target audience for this one.
That was exactly my thoughts. Like, I do not know any people in this. Might have been good if I was born in like if I like knew any people in it, but yeah, no.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about this movie. It's just it's not a bad movie. It's just it's something that I didn't personally enjoy. Like it just didn't really hit as good as like other movies on this list. But The Natural, I know it did well overall, but I think since we're like what you pointed out to, Gracie, is like since we're all younger, it's just not something that we're all going to be really into. Brendan, I will let you take over the honors of reading some parts of this list as well.
Okay, yeah. So at number 7, this one definitely it was a little interesting to me that it was ranked this low. At number 7 with 32 points, Bull Durham. I think this one it surprises me because I really like the storyline of it. It's got the minor league culture in there. It's just a tad bit of romance in there. I appreciated that a little bit, not too much, but it's a really good story about minor league culture and the philosophy that goes into the minor league system, like the Durham Bulls. So I kind of definitely did like this movie just a lot, but surprised it didn't crack the top 5.
I know Matt was very disappointed in us because it's arguably on like Rotten Tomatoes, it's like a very high percentage. But this one is, like you said, Brendan, I like the minor league culture in it, and it's got some funny parts in it. Just a tad bit of romance, and it just gives you through all the deeper meanings of stuff like you might not know about minor league baseball. And then it also has just one of the more funny vocal stems you could ever have with like, telling the hitter what's coming with Kevin Costner and the pitcher in the one moment or in the one scene. So it's for me, I wasn't the biggest fan of this movie as a whole, but it is also in the older generation, it is a little bit more looked at as like it's a goated movie. But to me, it's a decent movie. It gets the job done for what you want, but for other movies, it's not as good as some other movies on this list.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think I actually watched this on Tubi. It was like one of those, like, it got, like, pushed to that side. The cool thing about it, the reason I put it above The Rookie and the Natural is because I'm pretty sure it was actually directed by a former minor league player, which I thought was kind of cool. I just don't like comedies, especially, like, when it's, like sports. Unless it's, like, done really well. I'm just not a huge fan of comedies, so I think that's why I put it so low. I think I put it at, like, 7 or 8 or something like that. So, it's also again older, not exactly like it's a little slow for me.
This was my 9 again because I had never seen it and never heard of it, but I did some digging and it said that you have to watch it on Tubi, and that's why I put it at 9 because nothing good ever comes from Tubi. That's never a good site. If you're watching something on Tubi, you're gonna be disappointed. And that was my big selling point is I didn't know anything about it. And then if it's on that platform, it has no business being higher than the 9th spot on the list.
What you talking about? Tubi's mainstream now. They got all these commercials. So like Tubi's gotta be mainstream now.
Yeah, free ads everywhere you look.
Yeah.
Every major sporting event, there's a Tubi ad.
Amazon Prime got ads during, when I'm trying to watch shows. Like, come on now.
I feel like Tubi either has like really good like classics or it's like just like trash like low budget movies and it's like there's no in between and just a movie being like okay on there.
Mm.
I'm more passionate about this than the list. I hate Tubi so much. I can't stand it. We're gonna get off track. It's the worst.
Looks like Tubi's getting strays today. It wasn't just CJ getting strays. It's Tubi as well. And
Yeah,
Hopefully
Tubi's not even a
nobody,
part of this.
Honestly, hopefully nobody at Tubi sees this.
we'll just have to invite like a Tubi representative on a podcast. We'll just have to go like Tatum Gracie versus Tubi executives on Hawks Talk.
Yeah. In the studio, first episode, we're gonna have a Tubi rep, and you two are hosting it and going at it, and me and Brendan will just be sitting back watching with popcorn. It's gonna be great.
You know what? I'm down. If like me and Tatum would win that argument.
Sure about that?
I'm positive. I feel
Okay,
like
okay,
I feel
okay.
like,
I'm just
I feel like
I'm just asking.
okay.
I'm just asking. Okay. Someone in the chat's going to be really upset with this next ranking. At number 6 with the score of 36, it's Major League. And I wasn't really keen on Major League because it's an okay-ish movie. It's just more quotable than anything. Like I open TikTok and I see scenes from the movie in it. I'm not saying it's not bad, but I just really think of it more as like a quotable movie than anything. And those movies are kind of just like okay-ish, but they're funny in the sense that there's a lot of quotes in this movie. And I kind of like the underdog story of it too.
Are you trying to tell me that Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball? Is that what you're trying to tell us right now, Brennan?
Yeah.
No, Major League is, I put this number 4. Major League is it's a funny movie, but it also does give you the giant underdog story. And it, honestly, I've been a part of a team in the past where you have this one thing, and in this case, it's the owner, but you have the one thing that you rally behind, and then for some reason you just get good out of nowhere, and then you make, the playoffs, the state tournament, stuff like that. And I relate a lot with that movie, and it's just, it's got a mixture of everything you can imagine for a movie, and you get baseball on top of it. So I like Major League. It's funny, and yes, it is. I mean, it's very quotable, but that's one of the really good things I love about the movie.
Yeah, I like that movie. Again, it's a comedy, so it's just kind of like whatever. And I just don't think, I will get to it in a second, but I don't think that it's as good as the other big baseball movie that came out that year. So, and I put it right below it.
I'm just sound really negative. I'm just talking about everything I don't like, but Charlie Sheen gives me the creeps. And
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a hater tonight, but he's just unsettling to look at, and the way that he moves. I've never liked him. My mom called it the heebie-jeebies. Charlie Sheen gives me the heebie-jeebies, and I have to share.
That's entirely valid.
All right. So now is the time I kind of jump in and give a twist here to this episode. Joining us in the Zoom call, it's the press box director for the Upper Valley Nighthawks and all things baseball knowledge, Mr. Ray Curren. Ray, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. Matt was telling me how big of a baseball movie fan you are. So, are you surprised by the top 10
having
so
some
far?
camera issues. Apologies for that.
You're good.
I'm not
you're
trying
good.
to hide, but having some camera issues. But yeah, looking at the list, I think I'm going to date myself a lot compared to you guys. There's a lot of older movies I think that I had on my list that you guys did not have. But I mean, I guess that comes with the territory of being around a long time.
So I'll tell the fans who are listening or watching right now. This was ranked on by myself, CJ, Tatum, Gracie, and then also 3 additional help. Ray was involved in this process. Team president Noah Crane was also sent this list, and also, of course, everybody's favorite Greg Fennell was also sent this list. And Greg sent me a very long email about one movie that we should not have included. Hey, we got you, Ray. We got you.
There we go.
The movie he didn't want us to include was Angels in the Outfield. He guess he's not a fan of that one.
I can
And
make a
then
case for that though. I would go ahead, you finish and I'll tell you what I think. Go ahead.
and then he suggested Pride of the Yankees, Fever Pitch, Bad News Bears. That's probably like his all-time favorite movie, I guess. Trouble with the Curve, just because he likes Clint Eastwood, which that's not bad at all. And then Eight Men Out. So
Yeah.
that's we got a
So
really wide range.
I
Trouble
would
with
say
the Curve is an underrated movie.
yeah, I would.
I agree.
Yeah, I would disagree, but that's okay. The Bad News Bears thing, that's probably my all time favorite movie too. So maybe it's just a dated movie, and if I think a lot of it still stands up, especially the original. Well, some of the language doesn't stand up, but I think a lot of the themes, the fact that youth sports a little bit out of control, and the fact that people take themselves way too serious, I think that holds up as a good movie if you watch it back today. And I think Eight Men Out is also a tremendous movie. So those two would be on my top 10 baseball list too, but that's the way it goes. Eight Men Out is a good historical movie, I think, too, if you watch it back. And one of the good movies where, if you're getting baseball scenes, they actually knew what they were doing there with their baseball scenes, which is good.
Yeah, I was going to say, I knew a few of them in there that Greg mentioned, but a lot of them being historical movies, which Greg had this one at number 3, which is number 5 on the official list. It's 42. This one hurts a little bit because R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, by the way, he did a phenomenal job, I should mention, portraying Jackie Robinson in this story. It was very hard-hitting. I felt like almost crying when I saw this movie, honestly, for the first time, just because Chadwick, I think, was an amazing actor in his time. This is during his time, especially, kind of, I think, a bit before he played Black Panther eventually, which he did a really good job of that too. But back on track, I think he did a phenomenal job portraying Jackie Robinson and portraying, how hard it was for African Americans to play in the league at first and breaking the barrier and having to go through the hardships he did. So it was a phenomenal movie that I really would have loved to see higher, but I think with the other 4 above it, I can maybe make a case for why it probably deserves to be number 5.
Yeah, I put it number 3 on my list too. I love that movie. I feel like it's just such a big part of baseball culture. I think, it's like Jackie Robinson, his number is retired and across all the major ballparks and stuff. And I think it's just it's one of the more inspirational ones. I feel like it's based off a true story and all that stuff. And I think it was really well done. Like you said, Chadwick Boseman is such a good actor and all that stuff. I think it was well shot, and yeah, from a film perspective, I also really liked it.
Yeah, 42 not being higher on this list is a little disheartening, just based on the fact that it's a well done movie. One thing that I do respect with the movie is they weren't afraid of anything. They made it as real as they could, and that's why it's just one of those movies that they just did a phenomenal job. And if you haven't seen it yet, you need to go watch it. I mean, Chadwick Boseman did a great job, and I feel like just the sets and the costumes and just everything that they did to put you in this world during this time about what Jackie had to deal with and what baseball was like back in the day, and just now it's grown into this amazing game to where Jackie's number's retired, and Jackie is now just one of the greatest names in sports history. And this movie does a great job of teaching that story and going further and beyond. And then it gives you all key guys in it that made this actually happen. So that's another thing that I loved about it, is instead of just saying this is Jackie Robinson and blah, 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 but they gave big key emphasis on the ownership, other key people that had influence in Jackie's career. So 42 is a great movie. I put it number 2. Sucks it's number 5 on the list.
I was looking at the list when it got sent out for us to rank, and I was kind of going through all of them, trying to figure out what I'd seen and what I hadn't seen. And I thought I hadn't seen this movie. And then I looked it up and I realized what it was. And when you're doom scrolling on TikTok and you'll get one clip from a movie and then you go and you watch all 70 parts on the TikTok.
I already know what you're going to say.
I watched the whole movie on TikTok because it was so good. And I stumbled upon it and I went through the whole movie. And so I feel like that's a good reason for it to be ranked really high, is it grabbed me from a random scene. I went to the beginning, I scrolled to the bottom of the account, and I went through the whole experience just like rotting in bed. And I think that's really powerful, and it means it's a good movie if it can grab you like that. So that's how I found it. So I have seen it, but I didn't know that until like
I have done that like an embarrassing amount of times on TikTok. It was like part 89, and it's like the movie is split up into like 100 clips. But oh my gosh, me
It's
too.
one of the best ways to watch movies now is you just watch through 100 parts on TikTok. Ray, I want to
I
get
think
your insights.
I was gonna think us old guys probably brought this down because what you're talking about right now, not a clue what you're talking about watching anything on TikTok. I was on TikTok once and like tried it, and then that was the end of TikTok for me. So I think maybe dating. I mean, obviously, Jackie Robinson's a great story, but compared to some of the other baseball movies, I think it's a good movie, but it doesn't really strike me as a baseball movie per se. And this is somebody, I've if you have a chance to go to Montreal, they have some really cool stuff on Jackie Robinson when he played there and some of the sites and some of the things up there. But and love Chadwick too, obviously, from his other movies. But it just didn't strike me as one of the top baseball movies out there looking compared to the rest of the list.
So that's fair in the sense that, it definitely probably could be classified as a documentary per se, but I think it still was a really good movie in my opinion. So that's why it's at number 5 on the list. We move to number 4, and with 43 points, just two above 42, it's A League of Their Own. And I've seen this one once, and I actually kind of thoroughly enjoyed it. And it's very comedic. It's got kind of the very cultural comedy that ties into baseball, and I think it basically gives baseball a sense of belonging to the audience that it's catered for. So I really thoroughly enjoyed this one, but it wasn't really a top 5 in movie for me, but I really thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
I think this movie is important to highlight a part of baseball history that isn't really talked about much, and it gives more of an insight to women in sports as well. So that's why I like this movie a lot. It's got Tom Hanks in it. Tom Hanks being Woody, one of my favorite Disney characters. Just shout out Tom Hanks. But it's a really well done movie. Captures a lot of the times back in the day. Does a good job of portraying, like I said, a part of our country that is not talked about much, and giving a showcase to these athletes who are now enshrined forever in the game of baseball, giving them their own stage and allowing people just to learn about something that was not really talked about. So, and I think it's just an overall great movie, even if it wasn't based off of a true story in a way. I still think it would still hold high value because of how well the film is. So, yeah, League of Their Own is a solid movie. I put it at number 5 on my list.
You go, Gracie.
Oh,
Yeah,
I had it at number 4. CJ basically said everything I wanted to say. I think it's an important part of baseball culture, and I love talking about women's sports. Softball is like my favorite sport. I direct it all the time. I know it's different, but it kind of feels like on the same wavelength. Also, Madonna is in that movie, and she's cool. So I put it pretty high up. I put it right under 42 on my ranking.
This was in my number 2 spot. I love this movie. I think it was one of the first movies where, like, when you had like cable and stuff, if it came on, it was one of the first movies for me where I'd like never turn it off. Like, I feel like sometimes there's movies that are on cable a lot and you're like, okay, I've seen this so many times. I never like change it when this one's on. And then it's a lot of like big name actors that do a really good job. Like you mentioned Tom Hanks, and then you have Madonna, and it's just that there's a good cast behind it. And it's funny. Like, I feel like it's kind of slept on for how like genuinely funny it is. And there's a lot of like kind of witty things behind it too. So I really enjoy this movie. I don't know. It was 2 for me. It fought for number 1 for me, if I'm being honest. But I really like this movie.
I'm going to be the Debbie Downer again, because I had it down at 8 on my list, but that's a pretty high bar. I think it's a really good movie. I mean, you look at these are some of my favorite movies of all time that are above it. So, I mean, I think, and I don't really know why. Maybe because the other ones had actual Major League Baseball in it, or they had different things. Like Bull Durham is higher up my list, where just an all-time classic. I think after that, I think it's a great movie. And if you ever go to the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, there's some really cool stuff on the actual history of World War II and the leagues and and how it came and went and what the exciting parts were. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with the movie at all. It's a great movie, but I think it's just a high bar I have compared to the ones above it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the casting in this movie was incredible, and the story of it was incredible. But of course, there's audiences that appreciate it for different things. But I think overall, it's a really solid movie. And for it being four, I kind of respect that ranking. So, let's see, Tatum or Gracie, you want to take away the last few rankings?
Why not? I think next we're on to
Your
Field of
number three,
Dreams.
yeah, number three.
Yeah, Field of Dreams. This is a movie I'm kind of embarrassed to admit I've never seen all the way through. I feel like it's kind of like a classic for baseball movies. But I know what it's about, and I know I'm a little bit of a movie nerd, and it was nominated for Best Picture one year. So the year that it came out, and so I do want to sit and actually like pay attention and watch it all the way through. But that's why it was a little bit lower on my list because I've never seen the whole thing. So that's number one on my bucket list before the summer is to do that, and then I will update you guys on how I feel about it.
Yeah, Field of Dreams for me, especially being near the actual movie site in Dyersville, it's actually really awesome to go see and be a part of it. You get to see the the major league facility, the field that is actually they have events where you can meet the legends, and also there are little league games on that field all the time. And you can tour the house, and the house is still there, and they have a nice, awesome baseballism shop as well on the property, and it's awesome to go out there. You're in the middle of nowhere. Like I'm being honest. You're driving down a country road and then boom, there's the Field of Dreams site. But for me, movie wise, I enjoy the movie. It's not super high up on my list compared to the other movies on my ranking, and my ranking's tarnished for apparently my taste in movies. But either way, I'm not gonna let it go. I'm not gonna let it go. But Field of Dreams is a solid movie, especially being near the area and being to Dyersville several times. So Field of Dreams gets it done. A lot of magic behind it, and I feel like Kevin Costner's in almost every single one of these movies. It feels like when we're ranking these baseball movies. So yeah, Kevin Costner being the main character, no problems with it. Plus, it's a well done movie enough to have the major league movie site game there, and they do a lot with that. So
I had it just above it at 6. I think it's definitely got it's. I think maybe just a little bit of knock for me because it's the kind of ghost sequences and stuff like that. It's not really my thing. That I mean, for others, but James Earl Jones in that movie was tremendous. His speeches, you can recite them to this day. He talks about baseball is, and it's tremendous. And obviously for all the the realistic scenes and stuff like that. And the guy's name is named Ray, so I have to like it a little bit for that too. And actually, was in Iowa last year. We actually went to an Iowa Cubs game. We were out there. We were gonna try to make it to Field of Dreams, as you said, it was just a little bit too far away. Trying to get back to my friend lives in Chicago. It was a little too far away. We didn't make it, but yeah, certainly. I mean, again, a pretty high bar, but I think it's certainly a watchable movie when it's on. I'm not going to turn it off, but it's a little bit below the other 5 I have on my list.
Yeah, I absolutely love this movie. It was in my top three for a reason, just because how iconic it is, and I still watch it with my dad sometimes to this day, just because Kevin Costner did a phenomenal job in this movie. I know we had him pretty low in the rankings for the other two movies he was in, but he does a phenomenal job in this one. They still bring him around when they did the Field of Dreams games that they did a couple of years ago, and hopefully they bring it back. It would be awesome if they did. Uh, but he just did a phenomenal job, and there's a reason it won so many awards. The story of it's phenomenal. Uh, it portrays the past and the present that it was. There's just so much to like about that movie that, and especially for it being a Midwest themed movie, especially with it being in Iowa, CJ and I can definitely appreciate that. So uh, it was a phenomenal movie. I'm a big Kevin Costner fan, and he did a phenomenal job in this one. And again, the story top to bottom, just pristine, just so iconic.
That's kind of what I was gonna say. Is it's like so big. It's just like one of the greats. I feel like when you think of baseball movies, this is definitely like one of the first one that pops into your head. And then I think there's also the element of like timelessness. Like we can sit here and appreciate it, but then it's also like, I think if I don't know, my mom really likes it and like my family's liked it. I think it like appeals to everyone. And especially when you have a movie that like has an attraction connected to it, like somewhere you can go and really like immerse yourself in it. I think that's a sign of like a really good movie that had a big impact on people. So I think that's telling as to why it got rated so high too, is I think it connected with a bunch of different audiences, not just like people who were fans of baseball. I think it kind of touched a big group.
So, we do have a tie for number one. It's between The Sandlot and Moneyball. But before we go in depth on number two and number one, I think I might know just the person to call to break this tie. And
Yeah, phone a friend, is that how it works? Or phone a friend?
Keeping us on the edge of our seats.
Yeah, it's a dire need to break this tie, especially. So, I mean, you just kind of have to. Let me don't have this person's number say. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Hopefully this is the right number. All right, FaceTime this person now. Put it up to the mic. Let's see here. That's it.
Brennan calls the wrong number and then gets blocked.
No, it's not the
Imagine
right number. This definitely is the right number. Oh, it declined. Okay.
Guys, I'm excited to talk about these ones.
I'll have producer Matt kind of relay that I just called this person. But yeah, I know, let's see. I'm trying to think of who put it number. So team president Noah Crane had Field of Dreams number one, Moneyball 2, Sandlot 3. So that's kind of a preview that we can look forward to. Greg has not seen The Sandlot, actually.
How have you not
Really?
seen Sandlot?
Yeah, Greg
Oh,
is
Grace is gonna get him.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have a team movie night and watch that thing. That is, oh my gosh.
Ironically, MLB Network, if you have that, replays a lot of these movies on a weekly basis.
Yeah,
Flip
they
around
do.
and I'm like, hey,
They
MLB
do.
Network has this movie on. So
You cannot work in baseball and not have seen The Sandlot. That's actually crazy.
I totally get like if you haven't seen The Rookie or The Natural or something like.
The Sandlot.
But yeah, The Sandlot. I mean, it's just an iconic movie. I mean, it's. I don't know how Greg's never seen it.
My mind is like blown right now. We're actually like gonna have beef.
We're gonna have to give him crap for the next episode of Hawks Talk because we're gonna have this conversation.
Yeah.
Sandlot Night at the Max.
Disappointing. That movie is so good.
Yeah, that breaks my heart. I feel it's
Actually
a necessary movie watch. And the soundtrack, I'm a little bit of like a music nerd. The soundtrack on that movie makes it 10 times better.
That movie is just so good.
Any of those songs, when you hear it, you go directly to The Sandlot. Like, you know.
Yeah,
And
like
that's just a good movie.
I feel like every good movie has a terrible sequel, and that's how The Sandlot is. Like,
We can tell a story about Major League if we have time. Like my friend went to see Major League 2 in the theater, and he's like, "Do not see this movie; it'll just ruin Major League." So I've never seen Major League 2 to this day.
I feel like every really good movie has a really terrible remake or terrible sequel. Like, has anybody seen the sequel to The Sandlot? Sandlot 2?
Yes. I have.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad. It's not good at all. It's terrible.
It's bad.
Like, okay, it's the same. It's the same par as like you watch Smokey and the Bandit. If you have not seen Smokey and the Bandit, I swear. But then you watch Smokey and the Bandit 2. It's not good, and then you watch 3, and it gets even worse. It's just it's not good.
I'm really glad that they canceled. They were gonna make another Sandlot. Disney Plus was gonna do it, and they canceled it. And I was like,
Oh
thank
no,
God.
no,
That
absolutely
was a good
not.
call. That was a good
Absolutely not.
call.
I think it's just one of those movies where it's iconic enough to where you can just leave it alone. And
Hmm.
I think that's also kind of why that Disney, I feel like, has stopped doing live action movies now with some of
Yeah,
the
like
movies that they have. Yeah, because a lot of people complain that, they should just leave it alone and not do a live action. So, I mean, they still have a lot of them out now, but I feel like there's some of them that really should not have been live action remakes. I feel like the classics are just enough and
Live
iconic as they are.
action Disney movies is an entirely different episode that
Yeah.
I'm gonna need at least 4 hours to cover.
yeah. Next episode,
Passionate about how they ruin everything. So we
like
shouldn't even go there.
if the movie is good, it doesn't need a remake or a sequel. Like leave it alone. Like I
Mhm.
understand like the money grab, but like you're ruining like the reputation. Like it puts like a bad like it just puts like a bad taste in my mouth about Disney movies, especially them. Like they do it the worst out of everybody. I feel like.
Producer Matt, write that idea down. Tatum is the host of the live action Disney film edition
Hate
of the show.
train.
Yeah, Hate Train.
Please, please let me do it. I've been waiting. I
Okay.
just force someone to
So
listen.
I'll say before we hopefully this person called me back. I want everyone to we'll go round table and we'll give an explanation of what movie that you didn't see on here that you could probably say is close to a baseball movie or is definitely a baseball movie and why it is your favorite that might not be on this list. So I'll start with CJ, who already had his mic unmuted.
Oh, well, thank you for that. My kind of movie, it's not a well-known, like this has to be on a top 10 list, but personally one of my favorite movies is one, it's called 61. It's the story of the year when Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle were going for the all-time home run record, and has an asterisk next to it because there was a whole debate back in the day if when Roger Maris broke Babe Ruth's record, should it count because he technically had more time than Babe Ruth. But I think that movie is kind of like how I feel like watching like A League of Their Own. Like they did a good job with like setting you back in that time and highlighting a significant moment in baseball history. Captured the behind the scenes of like how Roger Maris was treated, and also highlighting future events like with the ending of League of Their Own, seeing Cooperstown and the exhibit and everything. And then when you go to 61, you get the feel of when Mark McGuire broke Maris's record and how that all went together. So 61 is one of those movies. It was made in 2001. It's one of those movies that I enjoy watching. I know it's not a like it has to be on a top 10 list, but for me, if I had to pick a select top 10 list, that'd be on there for me.
Can I go next?
Of course.
I think okay, this movie I would not say it's a baseball movie. There's stuff about baseball in it, and it's one of the main plot points. But have any of you guys ever seen the movie Fences? It has Viola Davis and Denzel Washington in it. They star together in it, and it's just about Denzel Washington plays her husband, and he has like dreamed of being this like Major League Baseball player. But for like time set in like the 50s, I think he gets like he's like too old. Like there's like an age cutoff. Like they say that he's too old to start his career in the major leagues, and then it like causes a whole like crash out in their family. But it's really really good. You guys should definitely watch it. Viola Davis and Denzel Washington are amazing actors, and they do a really really good job. There's a couple of like really emotional scenes in it that are really well done. You guys should definitely give it a watch. It's not like a baseball. It's not like the sole plot, but there is like baseball themes in it.
On a less educated and serious note than the last two,
Why?
give me bench warmers.
I almost said that.
Give me bench warmers with David Spade. That movie's just outlandish. You got the guy that like lives in the closet. It's just unreal. And I mean, it's definitely not on par with the list that we have going on, but I mean, it's a baseball movie and it's an experience. So I'm throwing that up there. I'm throwing that in the game.
I almost said that one too. Can I give a quick honorable mention that I forgot about?
Yeah.
Air Bud, the baseball one though. You know those movies with all those golden retriever dogs.
Oh my god.
There is a baseball one.
What?
should be on the list.
They did announce today they are making an Air Bud. Today is apparently like Golden Retriever Day, and they are making another Air Bud movie that's supposed to come out within the
Period.
next year or two. So, hooray for Air Bud! Long
Those are
and
fire
good
movies.
making.
The
I
whole
know.
series.
Saw
Ray's just sitting over here, just disappointed in us right now.
No, I mean, I've seen those are pretty good shouts right there. I'm kind of disappointed. I don't know any other like kind of baseball movies, but don't know. I mean, you guys, I talked about Bad News Bears name right now the two. I would say there's a movie Basketball, which isn't really baseball, but it's kind of the theme of baseball. It's made by the South Park guy Trey Parker. It's kind of a play on people on professional sports at the time, which holds up a little bit. Some of it doesn't, so I'd say that one. And then a baseball movie that I didn't hear that you guys probably mentioned, Mr. Baseball. I don't know if you guys heard of that one.
That's a good movie.
About Tom Selleck playing in Japan, which holds up. I think culturally, some of the stuff is, again, you're not going to be perfect with it, but I think it's interesting as you take on the game over there and different cultures and stuff like that. So I always like that movie too. So.
Tatum said my answer. Benchwarmers. Probably one of my favorites. Rob Schneider, David Spade. That was enough for me. Two guys that have worked under Adam Sandler. Those guys are hilarious. And I mean, it's just such a funny movie. It's so out of the blue. It's another one of those quotable ones. I still like to quote to this day. Uh, I mean, it's just such a great movie. So I I just gotta do it. I just gotta do it. I had to do it.
I feel like Benchwarmers is a little bit like a generation ahead of or behind Bad News Bears in a way, because it's just Bad News Bears to me is probably the most quotable movie that I have. But I did watch Benchwarmers, but I think it was whatever. So I think it's just the generational thing with that one.
Yeah, so we're having trouble getting someone to break this
person's
tie
name.
here, but while we do that, we can kind of break down like we'll break down the two movies roundtable style. So we'll start with Moneyball, and I'll give the floor to Gracie.
Okay, Moneyball. Can I say where it was ranked for me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Moneyball was my 2, only because The Sandlot is like so iconic, and it's like it's my second favorite sports movie in general ever made. But I put it there. It's a stacked cast. Brad Pitt, Philip Seymour Hoffman is in that movie. Jonah Hill, and I think it's just like a really cool angle, and it was done in a really good way. I've been to Fenway, so I've seen they have like the seat that he sits up in the press box scene, like all like they show you in and give you like the whole rundown of the movie and stuff. But I feel like it was also a Best Picture nominee the year it came out, and I don't know. I feel like it was just like an interesting like. It wasn't like your regular like sports movie. I feel like it had kind of like a different like feel to it, a different angle to it, and I love everybody who's in it, and I thought it was really really good.
I have to embarrass myself. I haven't seen it.
No, Tatum.
No shot.
The reactions of everyone on mute is just devastating.
No way.
It's like, oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Homework assignment, Tatum.
For the next episode, I expect you have watched that.
Before we all are reporting to the UV, you have had to have seen Moneyball.
Let me find it on TikTok. I'll watch all 80 parts. I'll get back to you.
We're going to hound you every week until you watch Moneyball.
Me too. Next time I see you on campus.
Next episode will be like part 39 right now. I've been busy. Let me catch up.
I'm enough of a baseball nerd that I got the book the day it came out. I went and got the book and read it. So I think that might have, I always need to read a book first. It doesn't, kind of kills the movie a little bit. But I didn't even realize, I remembered who played Scott Hatteberg. This is trivia. The walk god, Scott Hatteberg. I had to look this up, so I didn't, but he's gone on to bigger and better things. Maybe. Should I count down? Should I play some Jeopardy music or something? It was Parks and Recreation star Chris Pratt.
We got a phone a friend, yeah.
There we go. There we go.
So I had to look that up. And I remember now you think back, yes, he was that, but he was not quite as big a star as he is now then. But yeah. But that's the guy from that movie you remember, because that's the analytics stuff, that's the walk god. And you're like, yeah, man, finally somebody, is onto this stuff. And now it's like, everybody does that stuff nowadays. So it is what it is. But it was just in those days there weren't that many people that were into that stuff, the analytics, like, they were. So it was kind of cool.
I always think it's interesting to watch movies back when like big movie stars like were in like stuff that they didn't have like big parts in. They like weren't famous yet. I think that's a good example.
It's like Moneyball for me is the biggest just eye opener to how a front office works. And I know that there's some parts that are more exaggerated than others, but it gives you the behind the scenes of baseball as a baseball fan. If you have never been involved in a front office of a team, and plus also it's just like Brad Pitt is kind of one of those more just he's in his character is all over the place, but it's like you love it in a way, and he just breaks down a lot of stuff. He is able to predict a lot of things and use the analytics side and just doesn't really care. He's like, this is the new way we're going. This is how we're going to win and beat the Yankees and beat everybody and be World Series champions by doing baseball our own way. And I love it. The production's great. I mean, it's got arguably one of the most like the greatest cinematic scene in the end with the walk-off. So yeah, Moneyball is up there. So Tatum, you find it on TikTok ASAP.
Yeah, Moneyball for me is it's such a good movie about a organization that has been in the dumps for such a long time until they got new ownership. We're talking about the Athletics, or the Oakland A's as they're formerly called, soon to be Las Vegas A's. So however you look at them, just it goes to show how organizations work in terms of especially that team for trying to lowball players. And they did that strategy for several years. And I watched this video where it's like it goes in depth on how other teams were trying to do this strategy too. I think the Red Sox were a notable one that tried to do the strategy too back in like the late 2000s. Um, and it was interesting enough to have a point of view on that. And then I mean, wow, it's such a good movie. Brad Pitt does a great job in this one, and I think it just goes to show how, you know, dysfunctional this organization was. And then, of course, just recently they got sold to new ownership and they're looking to do better things. And as of recently, they've started to flash out money to players who deserve it. I can't remember who their biggest signing was. I think was it Severino was one of their big name signings, CJ?
Yes, Severino. They just extended Jacob Wilson.
GCU alum. We love Jacob Wilson here.
I was like, he's gonna be a good player. But yeah, they've been handing out some contracts the last couple years. I mean, Severino last year surprised me. I will be honest. I mean, and I think it was only like what 70 million, 80 million. But I mean,
Jacob Wilson's 70.
Yeah, like I mean, their contracts, like they're not like huge contracts, but it's like compared to what they've been doing in the past, yes, this is a lot of money for the Athletics. So yeah, they're shelling out some money for athletics wise. I mean, they're making some moves.
Yeah, shout out Jacob Wilson. He was just on our opening day show at GCU. I love a good GCU alum in the pros. You gotta have school pride, guys.
Yeah, I love it. Although GCU did just get done playing in the Desert Invitational.
Don't say it.
I wish my Cats would have gotten to play GCU. I think the way we played in that tournament, we probably could have put up maybe 20 runs if we were feeling unlucky. So,
don't hate on the GCU baseball team.
I'm not hating on GCU. I'm just saying we had D. Kennedy have 2 Grand Slams in that tournament alone, and then former NECBL Newport goal, got to meet him, super nice guy. AJ Vasco, one of the best sophomores in college baseball right now. Got to meet him, and he did kind of torch us game 1 of the doubleheader. So that was unfortunate, but super nice guy. Let's see. And then we'll kind of go Sandlot, and while I try and get this guest on the phone here. We'll start off with Gracie.
I love The Sandlot. It is number one on this list by far for me. This was like my childhood favorite movie. It's my second favorite sports movie ever made, second only to Creed. If you guys have seen that boxing movie, it's such a good movie. But anyway, The Sandlot is I used to put it on and fall asleep watching it when I was a kid. It just is super sentimental to me, and also my dad. I remember my dad had a pair of PF Flyers when I was I was 10, I think, or so, a young kid, teenager-ish. And, that was just so cool to me. Everyone in that movie was just so cool. The soundtrack was great. It just, has, such, good vibes, I feel like. And it's, it's a baseball movie, but it's all, kids. And, the fireworks scene and, when they're playing baseball on the 4th of July, I just love that movie so much. I'm going to watch it after this, actually, because we're talking about it. Terrible sequel, but great movie.
I think there's something about taking a really high quality movie and then giving it child stars that just makes it hit close to home and makes it more nostalgic. I think of Sandlot, and then another one I think of is Stand By Me. You get just a good group of kids that have a lot of different personalities and come together. I think that makes it enjoyable for a big audience. And then yeah, I do really like the Sandlot soundtrack. I think that makes it huge. And then I think it's so much more than just baseball. It's coming of age, and you get to watch them all get close. And I think some of the best parts of that movie don't have anything to do with baseball. And then it's also so quotable. It's in my opinion, is one of the most quotable movies of all time. I think there's
I was gonna bring that up.
It won't go over your head. I think most people have seen it, or at least know the catchphrases. And then I mean, you guys are boys, but when you're little and Benny the Jet Rodriguez is on the TV for the first time.
Here we go. Hang on. I got this person.
Special guest.
Just in time.
Joining me now is the executive creative director for the Upper Valley Nighthawks, who was on the episode of me last time, Miss Margot Oxman. Margot!
Hello.
All right. So we just need you to, I'm sure Matt texted you, we just need you to break a tie real quick on two movies we're between right now.
Gosh,
it's either Moneyball or The Sandlot.
I think I'm going to go with The Sandlot. I always love that one. It's a classic.
Yes!
All right, perfect. Gracie's excited about that one. You're a lifesaver. Appreciate ya.
Appreciate it.
Anything else you want to say to the live right now?
Sorry. Hockey calls. My coach is busy, but I'm glad I could make it and see everybody, so.
All right, appreciate you. All right, talk soon, okay?
See you
All
guys.
right, see ya. All right, there you had it. That was actually the first guest. I did get a little scared because Margaret didn't pick up for a second, but we got her. And then it was basically just producer Matt and I just stemming down the list of who else can we try and pull that was on the staff last year that we could call. So Margot picked up. So thank goodness. Margot is the first choice, of course. That was the easy choice.
Movie.
Yeah, the correct movie. Did the job well for whoever put Sandlot number one, including myself.
New favorite.
So
Yeah, I was The Sandlot for me, it's a good movie. It's a great movie, quotable. That's why I wore the Monarchs hat today, not only for 42, but for The Sandlot. But for me, I feel like in my getting older, it doesn't hit as high for me as it did when I was a kid. It's still a great movie. I can feel Gracie judging just a little bit right now.
I'm judging you, don't worry.
It's a great movie. I will watch it. I will enjoy myself watching it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just it's not, when I was a kid, I'd be number one. Talking to me when I'm 14, 15 years old, it's number one best movie ever made. But then I'm just with me, especially when I first watched For the Love of the Game, I know a lot of people don't like it, and I know that. But that's when I was yes, and then my taste kind of changed. But Sandlot's a great movie. It's very quotable. You gotta love it. You're killing me, Smalls is like in my vocabulary every single day. I say that all the time, and people just look at me weird, but that's okay. And there's nothing better than watching something that you relate to, especially like when I grew up in a small town. I played wiffle ball with my friends in in a random field we found, or whatever location we decide, Timmy's house or whatever. Like, we're all playing baseball underneath the lights. We have fireworks in the background. Like, it was basically everybody's dream childhood wrapped into one movie. So Sandlot's a great movie.
Something I also forgot to mention is the really comedic sequence with him not knowing who Babe Ruth was. I feel like it's such like a funny thing, and like it's like he's such like a big baseball, like obviously a huge baseball legend. So I love that part in the movie, and they all start freaking out about the ball. So good.
Baby Ruth, why would she sign that?
Oh, it's so good. That movie is so good.
I remember it kind of ties into how I played baseball with my friends now. CJ kind of mentioned this too. Shout out my buddy Cater, by the way. I used to walk to his house almost every day after school in 6th grade, and we'd play wiffle ball with a couple of my other friends on the side of the street in like a cul-de-sac neighborhood. That's how committed we were to playing baseball, and that's how good of a friendship we formed based off of this game. And I think The Sandlot is the most stereotypical baseball movie that you can get in terms of our culture and how it can relate to others and what the game does in bringing people together. I think it stereotypically just puts that perfectly. So I'm glad Sandlot was chosen number one, although I did really like Moneyball. I think Sandlot, I've watched it enough to know that it's probably one of the top baseball movies to ever hit theaters or hit the, digital side. I think it's on Tubi, maybe. Who knows? We'll have to avoid the Tubi route.
It's not bad enough to be on Tubi.
They wouldn't dare put that on Tubi.
Let me check if it actually is on Tubi.
It's definitely on Disney Plus, and I feel like Disney doesn't let their stuff go anywhere else.
I'm suing if it's on Tubi. I don't know who I'd complain to, but I'd complain to someone I would find.
Email the
Yes, the 1993 classic movie The Sandlot is available to stream for free on Tubi.
Okay, right now, currently there's a couple baseball movies on Tubi, and yes, Sandlot is one of them.
Oh.
There is also The Perfect Game, The Final Season, Bull Durham, Major League Back to the Minors is on there as well, which arguably is better or worse than the second one.
I already warned you about that one, so yeah, it's better than the second one, but still.
Yeah, and The Natural is also on there as well.
Justice for The Sandlot. I'm gonna start a petition to get that. That makes me sick to my stomach.
That does not.
We're starting a hashtag. Put it on the Instagram. Hashtag Justice for Sandlot.
Hashtag take Sandlot off Tubi.
Yeah, this is bad.
Hashtag no more Tubi.
Oh, seriously, hashtag no Tubi.
Cancel Tubi.
I don't know what our beef is with Tubi. Imagine
it's where movies go to die.
Yeah. Imagine producer Matt just sends an email to a Tubi executive tomorrow. You want to be on Hogstock?
We have a new banner on the wall at the Max for Tubi. Watch for free on Tubi. Proud sponsor of the Upper Valley Nighthawks. Gracie just looks at it every day in disgust.
There's like 5 good movies to ever grace Tubi's platform, and that's it.
What are they?
The Sandlot's one of them.
Yeah, The Sandlot is apparently one of them. Waves is really good. Requiem for a Dream is on there.
That's spending so much time on Tubi. Why do you know that?
Bro, it's just like I'll look up where to watch a movie and I see it's on there and I'm like,
it's
the only thing not behind a paywall.
Don't like Tubi.
Oh my gosh. I have to watch 17 ads every 2 minutes on that, John.
That's how I feel watching Netflix now. I hate trying to watch
Netflix
Free
also.
Burt with a friend, and there's an advertisement every 5 minutes.
I canceled my Netflix after the Stranger Things finale.
I was like, that could be in a debate for another episode too.
What's the go-to platform though for everybody? For being real.
Probably Amazon.
Okay.
Like,
It's a
I'm
solid choice.
right now. I'm
Like
going into
Prime.
Amazon. I'm on Prime. I've been going into Prime a lot more recently.
Cause like even if a movie's not free on there, it's like $3 to like rent it.
True.
I've been spending a lot of time on Disney Plus. Because it doesn't have Hulu too now, which is low-key kind of a crazy take, but it's a 2-for-1. So I don't know.
I stick with my Hulu for my ESPN Plus and Disney.
There we go.
Disney's like Hulu, Nat Geo, ESPN, Marvel, and Disney, right? I think it's
Got
like all
everything.
those different ones.
Yeah, it's all of them.
Same as Ray. I like Hulu. My family has the bundle, so ESPN Plus comes in clutch. CJ's become a huge ESPN Plus guy, which I can appreciate.
Yeah, this is my first time ever having ESPN Plus. I don't regret it. I love it. I get to watch basically anything I could ever want or have interest in, and then
You saw me broadcasting Dartmouth women's lacrosse on Saturday in ESPN Plus.
Hey,
I got huge ratings for that one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about HBO Max. HBO Max is like my go-to like movie thing because they get all the movies like right out of the theater.
It's not as good as it used to be though.
We just got a really aggressive text from Matt. Apple TV stomps everything right now. FYI, the HBO of 2026.
Oh man,
I've never gone into Apple TV.
I'll have Apple
My
as
life.
of next week because they're carrying MLS and they give you the whole package now. It's a whole separate thing, way off topic, but yeah, so I'll check it out.
Yeah, I did see that.
They now combined it this year that you have to get the actual Apple to get the game. So that's way off topic.
I was like, I've started using Apple TV. I mean, they got some good selections. I wouldn't say it's the HBO of 2026.
That's a pretty hot.
That's a take and a half, Matt. But no, HBO. I was like, Apple TV is not bad. They do have the F1 movie, which that is a great movie. I will admit.
Another Brad Pitt.
Another Brad Pitt movie. So I watched it in the theaters with my girlfriend, and then we had to rewatch it again because she realized it was on Apple TV. So I was like, it's okay, I'll watch it again. It's a great movie, but they have some good selections too.
Yeah, I just don't want to give Apple any more of my money. Like, you already have to give Apple money for everything.
Just give me my money.
Yeah. Okay. Are you on TikTok, Brendan?
Yeah, I am actually. I am on TikTok.
Watch the F1 movie in 89 parts.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm going on TikTok right now.
TikTok. So I actually open it up. If there's anybody watching in the chat that wants to ask questions for us, I'll open the floor to that too. In the meantime, since we're just rambling on and on.
I see bubbles in the group chat. I'm scared.
No, I just like the Matt's typing.
It's probably Matt typing.
If you see bubbles in the group chat, it's definitely Matt Wright.
Matt Wright is going off right now.
Do you guys not have the update? Like, see who's typing?
He just burned you, CJ. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Ted Lasso, that's definitely true. That's one. Ted Lasso for sure. I've seen a lot of these shows actually. I will say Apple TV probably produces some of the best like documentary type like nonfiction movies better than anybody right now. Which I kind of like that and appreciate that. So that's kind of why I really do like Apple TV sometimes because they have really good documentaries and like based on true story movies.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of shows. I feel like maybe it's the issues that HBO has like more movie stuff that I watch. Because my boss keeps telling me I have to watch Ted Lasso, and I've yet to do that. So is it worth watching? Poll in the group chat.
Yes. Jason Sudeikis is from Kansas City, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he represents the Kansas City area. So.
I was skeptical originally, but I would say yes.
Okay.
And I haven't seen Ted Lasso either, so maybe I have to give it a watch. The last time I watched a show was Yellowstone. It's been a while since I've actually sat down and watched a Yellowstone or just a show in general. So
I just rewatched the same like 5 shows, just like over and over and over again.
Over and over again. Which one's the top show right now, though?
Oh, the one like my favorite show.
Hmm?
Have you guys seen Criminal Minds?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've watched that show so many times. I love that show. Or Seinfeld.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I like Modern Family a lot.
I like that show too. That one's good.
Modern Family.
There's a lot of Modern Family on TikTok.
Yeah, there
I always
is.
see it on
Yeah,
there.
there is.
I always see it on there.
It might be my fault because you get like Modern Family on the top half of the screen, and then the bottom half they're like playing Subway Surfers. And so I just pay attention to both frames, and it keeps my attention longer.
But
I'll look for it.
That might be a me problem.
I just said the Criminal Minds reboot on Paramount is better than the original, which it's bold. It's bold.
Criminal Minds Evolution. I've seen I think I've seen the very first episode, but I need to continue watching it because I did really like the first episode. They didn't bring my favorite character back though, so I was kind of like I think I was skeptical on it because of that. But
How many seasons of Criminal Minds are there? Is there?
I think there's
too many?
I think there's 15.
18.
18? Jeez.
18. Yeah,
I didn't
a
think
lot.
you would get more than 10. Or like, I
Well-
thought it was like the staple now, and most shows are just 10. Like Friends, Big Bang.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Friends is
I watched a
good,
show
yeah.
that's longer. Supernatural is like 20 something, I think. But
Winston's there at 40, I think.
yeah, it's a
Oh
lot.
my gosh. How many did Game of Thrones end up with?
Oh gosh, like also in the teens.
Too
somewhere.
many. Yeah. Matt, HBO has Friends.
Yeah,
Apple
there you
TV
go.
doesn't have Friends.
Yeah, yeah, he's fighting back.
And
Okay.
The Big Bang Theory. And, not saying I love this movie, the Minecraft movie. I see ads on it all the time.
The disclaimer for not loving it.
I know you have to say that.
Almost
It's not.
suspicious
It's
that you
not that good of a
love
movie.
it.
Not gonna lie. It's.
What if I went
Matt,
into
I
theaters and
agree.
watched the Minecraft movie though?
I did the same thing. Did I enjoy it? Probably not.
Matt said
thought it was
How I Met
cool.
Your Mother is better than Big Bang.
Oh,
No.
I would agree with that actually. That might be a hot take, but I love How I Met Your Mother.
okay.
How I Met Your Mother is a great show. Not better than The Big Bang Theory.
Hmm.
Okay, now Matt, would you say it's better than Friends though, or is Friends better? If he says no, I'm gonna lose it.
Seinfeld clears, so
Me and Matt are gonna have a lot of late nights at the max, debating on these topics.
Yeah,
I feel like we're getting off topic, but like
we
it
are.
makes sense though.
Kinda, yeah. But I think the best question to close out, since we are talking about late nights the max, question to kind of round out this episode was brought to me by our team president, Noah Crane, and he just asked me, who on the staff knows the safety dance?
The what? Say it again.
The safety dance, our seventh inning safety dance. We don't have the seventh inning stretch, we have the seventh inning safety dance. I unfortunately can't play it due to copyright reasons, so that'll be kind of a homework assignment for those that don't know it. It's a decently iconic song.
I think a better question is if you can get more than a dozen people to do it at the max. I think you'll be a hero forever to Noah. I think. Just do not play the extended version ever. Don't do that. There's two different, and actually, the only one I hear these days is the extended version too, which is kind of sad because the original
Yeah.
version is much better, and that's the way it goes.
Yeah. I mean, I learned it, so Noah kind of showed me the ropes on that. So if there's anyone better to ask that question, it would be Noah. And yes, I do know the safety dance. We do it every seventh inning. So there's no seventh inning stretch. It's kind of a seventh inning stretch, I guess you could say, but it's more, there's dancing involved in it too from a iconic song. So and Greg does a nice job of trying to get people to rally together and actually do the dance. But like Ray said, I wish there was more involvement in it.
There's always hope, though. This is new year, right? 2026, new year.
Yeah.
Gonna
New
win a
Year, New
championship.
Hawks.
We're gonna get we're gonna get the finals, and we're gonna have the whole crowd doing the safety dance at the finals.
Yeah, that'd be iconic. And we can have whoever's on camera just get a pan shot of everybody doing the safety dance.
That'd be cool if we could get that. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Wonder
that'd be
if our
awesome.
Superfan would do it. If our Superfan can do it. Which I love talking to that guy. That guy's always there. Same spot every home game. Shows up in full Nighthawks gear. Is there the entire game. Super nice guy. I can't think of his name though. Producer might have to help me on that one, but such an awesome guy. We need fans like that around. I want to make sure if we shout him out in this episode, we got to give him full credit.
So he's kind of like Marlins man,
Yeah. Oh
but
yeah.
for Nighthawks.
Yeah, for Nighthawks. Yeah. Front row, same spot every game.
We'll have to get a pregame interview with him.
We have to. Brian, yeah, shout out Brian.
Yeah. Put him part of the pregame show. Have a sit down interview with him.
Yep. Somebody's got to. Probably Tatum.
Yeah. So Tatum,
Yes.
supposed to watch Moneyball. Supposed to learn Brian and
the
learn the safety dance.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are my three big assignments.
Oh my gosh, she sent the video of him getting a tattoo.
No,
tattoo.
this man has a tattoo.
He has a Nighthawks tattoo. I just remember
That's
that he has
insane.
a Nighthawks tattoo.
Let's have him on the podcast. What are we doing?
At this
Yeah,
rate,
have him in the studio.
I don't know Brian, but I love Brian.
I'd love to meet Brian.
Brian, I have a feeling Brian's gonna be my boy this summer.
Yeah.
So I'll make that happen. Don't worry, guys.
Only known Nighthawks tattoo known until. I
Matt,
get
I'm
one
holding
when
you
we
to
get
that
it.
if we win.
Get it right in your calf, Matt.
When we win.
Right on the calf.
Right on the calf.
Back of the
Full
calf, right there.
color.
I'll get the Nighthawks script.
I was like, if we win the ship, I'll get one.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
You'd probably get Noah to do that too, I bet.
Now that we're saying it, it's gonna happen.
What about you, Ray?
I make a deal if everybody's going to do it. I'm up to the peer pressure.
All right, cool.
I'll do it.
So, side note, if we win the chip, everybody on staff has to get a Nighthawks tattoo. Doesn't matter what it is. It has to be a tattoo of anything Nighthawks, whether it's the script, the two states logo that CJ really loves, the main logo.
Noah's
it can
gonna
be. Yeah. I wonder if Noah just saw that and he's gonna be sick.
Noah's gonna be like, okay, I haven't met CJ officially yet, but I don't like him. CJ needs to get out of here. I can't wait for him to be done.
He already harped on you for.
I know. I'm like,
for that love of the game.
Striking out with Noah.
Crazy take, yeah.
I'm gonna need someone to clip this footage so that when we win, there's proof, and we can play it back.
We can play it back, make a whole video out of it. Like we have a whole like the last day, everybody's
Yeah.
going to the tattoo shop.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just book a whole tattoo shop for the day, and we'll just get tattoos.
Yeah, make a huge we'll just be like it's somebody following us with a camera, and then there you go.
That or we have to record ourselves when we go back home getting a tattoo.
That too. Could
Send
do that.
in footage.
Send in the footage.
Yeah, I got a
Matt
guy.
edits it all together.
I got a guy that did my tattoo. You can see it. Yeah.
I have a few too. See,
Yeah. We all got people we know that can do tattoos, so.
Was that okay, Brendan?
what was that?
Brendan, it is 9:19 p.m. CST. There is no way you just I can't believe Brendan, you're not gonna sleep, bro.
I do. I actually do, so
There's no way.
I actually do. You'd be
God.
surprised.
Brendan, I can't. There's got to be a cutoff.
There's no cutoff.
Like, I'm going back to the fridge, grabbing another one, and I'm good to go.
Okay. Well, I mean, there is a couple in my fridge right now, but I think right what the one I have is my cutoff. So I just see Gracie just shake her finger at me, like,
Yeah, she
no
did.
more. Yeah, I know my
What
limits.
what is your daily caffeine intake? Like, be honest. You can't tell me that was your first one of the day.
It wasn't. No. I plead the fifth on that one. So let's just say caffeine fuels me to sound pretty excited on a broadcast, and I'm sure CJ, don't let me get at you for having caffeine probably to run you through a Twitch stream. Let's be honest here.
Okay, you would
Yeah,
be correct,
yeah,
but
yep. What now?
and I will admit, I will be honest with you. When it's broadcast day, you don't see it because I finish it before the game starts, but I do have something before the game starts. I will admit, I do have caffeine before the game starts.
Exactly.
But it's not every day.
But America runs on Dunkin', so
there you go. That's true.
Yeah.
By the way, how many of those are we hitting on the way up to UV?
Dunkin'?
Yeah, or any place, because we're gonna need a supply. Just saying.
There's a lack of Dunkins in the Upper Valley.
Yeah, there's too many Dunkins.
Unfortunate. What do you guys have? Starbucks?
In the Upper Valley, no, it's with up here it's straight Dunkin'. There's
Straight
no
Dunkin'.
Starbucks within. I'm trying to think what the closest Starbucks is. Somebody could know better than me, but it's not.
There's one in West Lab, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you go West Lab. Yeah.
Yeah, West Lab has one. But I'll tell you guys straight up. I'll tell you how much the East Coast love their Dunkin'. I was flying out of Boston. I just got done through TSA, and I wanted coffee because I was pretty tired. I had to be up pretty early in the morning to take Dartmouth coach to the airport. So there was a small line for Starbucks, and then on the other side, just a few steps away, there's a Dunkin', and there's a long line. They had just opened, and there's a long line for Dunkin'. So when I tell you people on the East Coast love Dunkin', it holds true. And for me, being held to just Dunkin' and Starbucks, I'm cool with it because I actually kind of like Dunkin'. Although if we could get some diversity and get some Dutch Bros in, that's my all-time favorite.
I was gonna say, do you guys have Dutch?
Bros.
Do you guys have Dutch on the East Coast?
I don't think so. No,
I've never heard of it, so probably not.
That's so sad. There's a million in Arizona.
It's like my area just got a Dutch Bros, and I've had it before, but it's so good. I'm so excited.
It's my favorite coffee place. I can't believe it. I didn't realize they weren't expanded all the way out yet. Because there's a bunch on the West Coast.
I'll tell you right now, we are where I'm at Central Missouri. When I went to go get my Chipotle before we started recording, I'll tell you right now, it's like Coffee City because when I went to Chipotle, you kind of look, and right in front of me, there's a Starbucks. And then you go a little bit to the right, there's a Dutch Bros, there's a Seven Brew right next door. There's a Scooter somewhere along the way. There's a Dunkin' that we're getting on campus. Einstein Bros Bagels. I like to call it a coffee shop, even though they primarily serve bagels. They sell coffee too, really good stuff. So we have every coffee place you can think of right here in the Midwest. So
Einstein is so good. We have one on campus. I frequent that place. It's so good.
Einstein, yeah, it's so clutch. It's so good.
There's an Einstein in Concord, New Hampshire, which is about an hour from the Upper Valley. The closest Dutch Bros to here is Huntsville, Alabama, by the way. So
wow.
Oh my god.
Go all the way down the coast.
Road trip to Dutch.
Yikes.
We'll hopefully make it back by the 7th inning.
Yeah, hopefully so. We won't. We
can't have some players. If we get any kids from down there, players from down there, maybe tell them to bring a stash or something.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we went from movies to we're talking about Dutch Bros right now, which can't go wrong with Dutch Bros at all.
Well-rounded episode.
Well-rounded.
Yeah, we got everything in there. I think this was a beneficial episode, and I think the train's completely off the rails. Like it's way down the hill and it's gone. But
it's tipped over.
It's tipped over. It's done.
They had to call the people to come get everybody off board. Like that's how off the rails and tipped over it is right now.
But hey, it's making for memorable moments. I mean, we have Matt probably losing his mind at some of our conversations here and takes, but either way, we're all having fun. Best way to spend a Monday night.
Good. Agree.
Wow, I think this kind of definitely has to cap off this episode 100%.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably the best place to wrap things up for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you stopping in. If you were live on Instagram listening to our just derailment of an episode about ranking baseball movies, to talking about Duncan, to talking about Brendan's caffeine intake and other things that we can imagine here. We appreciate all the love and support as always. And if you're listening or watching on YouTube or podcast platforms, we appreciate you tuning in. Once again, this has been another episode of Hawks Talk in the Nest, ranking baseball movies. Ray, thank you so much for being a part of this as well.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you joining in. But for producer Matt Wright, Brendan Boland, Tatum Fox, Gracie Pearson, I'm CJ Boone. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, take care, everybody.